I'm going to say something to you, my gorgeous Capricornius. I'm going to say something to you. You are going to have a clear vision, okay? How you want things to be in your life. And you are being guided, okay? So you need to basically continue to move forward. And this is very, very, very important time of your life, and it's not even going to seem so to be so as important it's actually going to be. So I will say it again, the importance of trusting your instincts, my gorgeous Capricornius, because you are going to have a clear vision of how you want your life to be. And you have to accept this right at the beginning of this week, because not only at the beginning of this week, but throughout this week, you are going to be guided. So just remember that, indeed, because at the beginning, right at the start of this week, you are going to become aware of this. It's not about this intuition, but you're gonna have this sudden awareness. At the beginning of this week, something mind-blowing is going to happen. Okay, even the kitty is moving. Look, at the beginning of this week, something mind-blowing is going to happen, which is going to open your eyes. It is going to wake you up. You're going to be awakened like never, ever before. This is going to be the biggest this is going to be the biggest wake-up call of your life. So at the beginning of this week, you are going to have this sudden awareness, and this sudden awareness that you are going to have, it's gonna come in form of like why you have been so unfocused. Okay, and why have you felt so impulsive for way too long, and why you felt no direction when you should have felt a very strong direction in life. And at the same time, you're also going to become aware of why you were so burnt out, why were you so unfocused, and why you felt like you didn't have a direction in life when you shouldn't have direction in life. This in itself, it's gonna kind of make you aware of subconsciously, but you're not gonna quite know exactly why or how, but you will kind of understand now things from a different angle, from a different perspective, and you will clearly understand why certain things have been this delayed that made you feel so frustrated over the last 8 weeks, indeed, and why the things were kind of slowed down. This made you kind of to lose your way just a little bit. You see how important this sudden awareness is, because when we have something sudden happening in our lives, 99% of time we need to respond to this immediately, but the way we respond to it is different the way we would normally respond to this. And this is when things become magical, because they turn out to be completely different to what we could have possibly imagined. And this is going to be really good. So let me tell you that you have lost your way just a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not having a go at you, okay? Or anything like that, but I'm just trying to understand the consequences that this has actually brought into your life. So you've lost your way a little bit. So now this is again going to bring a faith back into your life, especially when it comes to you starting to feel that the future is actually going to be really, really bright. Because at the same time, this really interesting information and message that you are going to have, it's really going to surprise you. Something is going to come true. I can say that slowly but surely some kind of a dream of yours is slowly but surely unfolding, baby, right in front of your eyes. Something is beautifully, it's going to start becoming true. And this in itself, it's going to highlight a very, very positive change with that news and message that you're going to have. And this in itself, it's going to kind of really double things up for you in order for you to understand, oh my God, something really positive is happening in in my life, really positive change that is going to bring an end, that is at the same time, bringing an end to very, very challenging times you have actually been through. It's a lot to do with the light at the end of the tunnel. You are going to be standing there, and what you're going to recognize once you're facing that light, it's going to be completely out of this world. This in itself is going to lead, my gorgeous Capricornius, towards you having this really new idea. This new idea that you are going to have, it's not about success, it's not about money, it's not about finances, no baby, no. But it's about this huge problem, this huge burden that you carried for so long that only made you to deal with extra responsibility. A responsibility that brought absolutely nothing into your life, but it only drained your energy so much to the point where you have kind of just a little bit lost yourself. That this is going to create a really wonderful moment here. This new idea that you are going to have, it's to do with a burden, an ongoing burden in your life, something that affected you that more that you even realize. So it's going to lead towards you a really kind of, like thinking how disappointed you were about something, but then at the same time you are going to realize that you need to kind of walk away, and you're going to realize exactly what do you need to walk away, and what do you need to leave behind as well. This is so important. And also at the beginning of this week, don't be surprised when you get reminded about somebody very specific in your life, a really person who you haven't seen in absolute ages, and somebody very spiritual, somebody really strange and unusual, but somebody who is very similar to you, somebody who you hold very dear in your heart, and somebody who means to you so much. So it's, for example, someone who you don't see maybe 20 years, 25 years, but you still love this person so much, and there is something that you share with that person when it comes to the same way of thinking, and when it comes to the weirdest way of thinking, something really weird you share together. You like think the same about certain things that lots of other people like think in a completely different way. So you share something very special with that particular person. So you are really, what you need to understand is that there is that particular person who you haven't seen in absolute ages. It's going to be on your mind, and suddenly you are going to be reminded how much do you miss a like-minded people. So this in itself is going to really kind of bring you to this moment where you will want to reconnect with the people who actually think like you, like a like-minded community, for example. And this is so important to kind of like to see which people and which places are going to be on your mind, because every single thing at that moment in time, it's going to be like a direction that you need to follow. You really need to follow this, because you know what, it's going to help you to reconnect with yourself. But ultimately, when you reconnect with the people or with certain situations or places that are going to be on your mind, because you're coming out of yourself spiritually, it's not about that, but it's about like sharing your space with people who are going to elevate you. But at the same time, it's more about like the ideas that you are going to gain through them, from them, because it's bigger than that. So it's not only about this gorgeous person that you're going to be reminded, somebody spiritual in your life that you haven't seen in absolute ages. This in itself is going to be like a door, like an invisible door, spiritual door that you are at that moment in time going to open, like you're in an astral projection world. You know what I mean? You just open it with your mind. So by you thinking about that particular person you haven't seen in ages, you're at the same time, without even realizing, you're going to open this beautiful, gorgeous spiritual door, which is going to lead you towards the completely different dimension. And once you find yourself in that completely different dimension, you are going to be reminded of certain people, how you want to reconnect with the people who think like you, but you're not even going to know that this is actually coming from this, because it's all going to be like a spiritual domino, rather connected. So you're really going to, have a specific people on your mind, but also specific places where you want to go. But this is a lot. This is very personal and it's to do with your spirituality. And it doesn't matter what exactly it's going to be on your mind, but it's more about you plunging in, you jumping in as soon as you possibly can, because there are really remarkable ideas that you're going to have, but there is also something that you're working on, something that you're thinking about and you don't know what to do, and you're going to be able to compare your ideas with other ideas and create something absolutely mind-blowing. You will see through these people what is actually missing in your life, or through these situations. So if there are people that are on your mind, you should reconnect with them. Or if you want to kind of connect with new people, you should do this. Or if there are certain places on your mind, you should go there. Because this is to do with your call. This is to do what you should do. This is going to bring a missing element into your life, which is ultimately going to spread your wings. And once you spread your wings, my gorgeous Capricornians, nothing is going to stop you ever again from flying. Okay? You see what I mean? No more fear of flying, baby. No more fear of flying, baby. It's a lot to do with subconsciously what you've been through karmically, what you've been dealing with, how much this actually affected you over the last few years, bless your heart. So now you're coming out of this. So now you're going to be able to see things in a completely different light. And I absolutely love it. You're also going to become so passionate and so confident and so optimistic and even restless when you become aware of these like really interesting events, which are really going to leave you in with no option but to kind of, you know, do something about it immediately. They're going to require immediate action, but you have to remember, just remember, baby, to trust your instincts. By trusting your instincts, you know, you are at the same time going to stay focused, and that in itself, it's gonna put you on the path where, my God, something really passionate is gonna come. Something really passionate is coming into your life. Passion, baby. This is so important. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Capricornius, pam, Capricornius, pam. Do you know what's going to happen at around the midweek? First of all, you know you're going to feel so happy because you will know that it's to do with some kind of a great sadness that is slowly but surely healing. And that's the first time that you're going to notice that some kind of sadness, something really sad, you know, it's starting to heal. And that in itself, it's really going to require from you to understand, my gorgeous Capricornians, you need to understand this, that you need to let go of the past. You need to let go of the past. I don't care what you think. I don't care how you feel. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but you're gonna need to like kind of let go of the past, because you're gonna kind of find yourself ranting about something, being stroppy about something, being unhappy about something, being nervous about something, and it's to do with your past. And you have to understand, to remember me what I said, and you need to let that go. You know, this is so important, because your personal growth is going to come from that particular challenge. As soon as you let that go, this is so important, because that is also going to heal some kind of misunderstanding as well, which is going to really ultimately help you to release huge amount of negative energy, and also to be there for those in need. As soon as you kind of like realize this, I know it sounds weird to be there for those in need, but as soon as you kind of realize this, you are gonna see that you were in some kind of like a self-imposed prison that you came out of, because now suddenly you're gonna realize, you know, that there's some kind of like you know, somebody needs you that you wouldn't kind of realize before, and this is gonna get back to you 1,000,000 times later on. More so, my gorgeous Capricornians, only a couple of days after that moment in time, you know. Now this is brilliant. Now this is a lot to do with this new, you know, you're gonna feel like how much you want to kind of learn something. You want to feel, first of all, you're gonna feel how much you're connected to something and how passionate you're about something. And then you're gonna realize that you don't know much about it and you need to learn more. And that is gonna put you in the mode of exploration. And as soon as you find yourself there, as soon as you make the first step, whatever it is, it can be tiny, it can be huge. As soon as you make the first step, you're gonna realize, oh my God, you're gonna realize something big about yourself, about your life, and about about unlimited possibilities, and all this happened completely spontaneously only because you were following what you wanted to learn, what you felt a very strong connection to, that made you feeling optimistic in the first place. This is going to bring you trust in life, you know. Again, this is going to put you in a mode of like adventure, but it's also going to make you realize how much pleasure in life there is that you want to explore, that you want to do, that you want to try, you know. And this is going to lead towards this really private achievement, really private achievement. This is going to be so personal to you, but also at the same time, you know, it's like a basically, it's going to lead towards you gaining a certain respect. It's going to lead towards you gaining certain stability, structure. You are going to also realize, you know, that this is going to help you to gain focus and control over your life, which is instantly going to make you aware of what exactly do you have to do in order to make your life more practical, you know, in order of practicality and things like that. So this is going to really lead towards you healing yourself, becoming emotionally stable and rather intuitive again, which is now going to lead towards this remarkable idea, which is going to be all about the finances and financial situation. This is going to bring the finances, this is going to make your finances so much better. So the first idea that I said, so there are a couple of amazing ideas you're going to have. So the first idea is to deal with the burden, and the second idea, this is now to do with like a finances, which is going to come out of all this. This is absolutely brilliant, and this is going to bring so much of a mental clarity into your life, and at the same time, you know, this is going to need from you to be honest as well, indeed, okay, because that is ultimately going to lead towards as I said, an emotional stability. But then again, you are aligning yourself, you know, at the same time you are creating this inner happiness and harmony and fulfillment. And this is so important, to be content with our lives instead of worrying persistently. Worries, when we worry, you know, it does affect our energy, it does affect our vibration. With constant worries, we are just putting blockages in front of our path, in front of ourselves, and you don't want to do this. You're just going to realize how powerful you are, and you're going to realize the power within. And this is something that is going to play an absolutely giant role here in so many different ways. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Capricornians, do you know what? This is brilliant. This is fantastic, because you are going to have an important accomplishment. This is not going to be mind-blowingly huge. This is not going to be massive. But this accomplishment that you are going to have, it's going to be important because it's to do with the growth. It's to do with your growth. It's to do with your development. But it's also to do with you knowing exactly what you need to evaluate in your life. And as soon as you do this, you will realize the bigger picture. And once you realize the bigger picture, that in itself, it's also going to make you aware of the fact that you have overcome a really nasty, massive challenge. You're going to realize that this is, oh my God, the end of the situation, that is bringing so much relief into your life, but it's also bringing you the opportunity for new happiness, you know. A weight off your shoulders is going to be bye-bye, darling. But then at the same time, it is going to kind of like make you aware of the fact that some kind of addiction is also coming to an end. You know, some kind of addiction, it's also coming to an end with all this. I mean, it couldn't have been better, seriously. And this is so important, especially when it comes to you understanding that there is some kind of collaboration that you're also gonna need to kind of be part of, some kind of collaboration. You need to understand two things when it comes to that collaboration, all right? Do you know what you need to understand? You're going to need to be part of some kind of collaboration, some kind of a teamwork, okay? It's what I see. And at the same time, there are two things that you need to pay attention to. Number one, you are going to learn something new, something really powerful, something really surprising. You're going to learn something new. Number two, you need to understand that you need to give in order to receive. You need to give in order to receive. Just remember this, my gorgeous Capricornius. It's absolutely brilliant, because a couple of days after that moment in time, you are gonna have these mind-blowing, brilliant epiphanies, which are gonna lead towards magical opportunities. And these epiphanies are all gonna be about a certain plans which you are going to have on your mind at the time when you become aware of these epiphanies. So that's what you need to pay attention to. Like, oh my God. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornians, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.